Howdy folks, TechTexN here, bringing you Kerbal Space Program. Now, I haven't done a video in a little bit on this, but I have made progress on my career mode. I now have 1.6 million funds. I have 150 science at least queued up there, but I have unlocked quite a bit. Not too much further than I did before. I was trying to take care of some of the contracts that I've already done quite a bit of, such as some of the rescue contracts, the orbit contracts. I feel I am done with those for now. So I wanted to do some of the more specific contracts like docking, creating space stations. I even accepted one for a surface outpost on Minmus. I think this one's going to be really fun, but before I do that, I want to take care of some other stuff, maybe unlock a little more science, because I want to take a few more items to Minmus, more specifically for mining resources and maybe making it a fuel outpost. But that's going to be a while. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to that or not, because I'm going to have to do some interplanetary science before I get there. And for some reason, it took forever to get the Flag on the Moon contract, and mainly it was because I had to get some other contracts out of the way. I had to cancel, I had to reject some of the more simple contracts I didn't want to do anymore. So if I reject this one, it's going to put another one in its place that will be a little bit more advanced and more fun to do, because I'm kind of tired of doing these. I mean, it gives you a good amount of money, but I'm going for the big money here. I get 372,000 funds for doing this, and they already forwarded 133 in advance. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do first is build a new orbital station around Kerbin. Now, you can see that the specific objectives are very interesting. I can put a station in orbit of Kerbin, build a new station that has an antenna, a docking port, and can generate power. So I have all that except the antenna. I need to put the antenna on the next segment. Have a facility supporting at least 6 Kerbals. Now notice it says it has a facility supporting at least 6 Kerbals. I don't need to send 6 Kerbals up in it. I need to have a research lab at the station and a viewing cupola at the station. So I love the cupola module. It looks beautiful. Our regular ISS station in orbit has, I can't remember the name that they give it, but they do have a nice window that they love to look through. Looks beautiful. And of course, this one's going to be interesting. 4,000 units of liquid fuel in the station. So I've already sent up, and of course maintain stability for 10 seconds, piece of cake. I get 26 science points for completing this, by the way, so that's a pretty good number of science points, and that'll allow me for one more unlock in the 160 point range. And in addition to that, I got this other contract to dock. I don't know why this is 3 stars when this one's more difficult, but docking 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. So immediately after this next mission, I'm going to get 66 funds plus 12 science. So that right there is going to allow me to unlock some more science. I will show you what I already have in orbit. I've already slapped a station in orbit. I call it KISS. That stands for Kerbin International Space Station. Yes, I know, clever. So I forgot to put a communication device on it, but that's okay. I can always put a communication device on something else. But so far, I do have the cupola module, and I do have a hitchhiker storage container, which fits 4 Kerbals, and I slapped 4 radial docking ports, so I could attach I could attach up to 4 more portions there, which I could also put more radial ports on those to add more to the station. Now, what's going to be cool about this is I have the tank here, so I can use this as sort of a fuel station. As you can see, I already used half this, but once I get more fuel tanks up there, I could always put more fuel in it, along with a ton of monopropellant. This is probably the only large monopropellant tank I'm going to use. From here on out, I'm just sending up small ones, because this is pretty much going to be the space station core. It's just some seats, the cupola module, plenty of power. I got 4 of these 400 batteries, so I get a ton of electricity on this. I got 1,800 electric charge on here, along with 4 of these small solar panels. So this is plenty for a core, but I need to add to it. I really wish I'd put the communications module. Yeah, or the, I wish I put an antenna on this guy. That would have solved a lot of problems there. But, oh well, we could put it on the next one. That's no biggie. It kind of makes me tempted to install the mod for the KAS mod, the Kerbal Attachment System, so I could just attach one. That's always fun to do. I also need to look into saving more money to unlock this research and development. I don't have enough money. Obviously, I almost have the money to unlock, but I need more money just so I could build further rockets. I don't want to start at zero again. But as you can see on the tech tree, I already showed you, I still have some more to unlock. Alright, without further ado, let's make the next portion of our docking module. Okay, so the first one I sent up was the docking craft one. And I got the lights on there. I guess I could turn those off. Lights off. So we don't really need that portion up there anymore. However, I'm probably going to let's throw this away. I'm going to keep this portion there as another means to get more. Okay. I'm wondering if I want this next portion that I'm going to dock with to detach later on and bring some Kerbals back home. I need a research lab up there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. You see 6, yeah, research lab. So the research lab is going to be pretty heavy. It's 3.5 tons, so that's going to be a little heavy. However, it's a crew capacity of 2, so I already have a total of crew capacity of, let's see, the cupola module takes 1, the hitchhiker storage container takes 4, so I already have 5, so I only need 1 more. So really the next vessel I send up will complete that particular task. Need the antenna, research lab, 4,000 units of liquid fuel. I might send the fuel up on its own since it's so heavy. I won't have to worry about it. Plus any fuel from this vessel I can always just add to it. Yes. Wonder if I should just go ahead and send the research lab. If I do the research lab, not sure if I really want to send a command pod because that's just additional weight. What I could do is just use a probe to send the research lab and just dock it with maybe radial docking ports. Not sure. Not sure how I want to do that just yet. Or maybe just a lander can. What's nice about the command pod is you could just slap the docking port right on the front. The thing is, the core is the only piece that I don't want to make a return trip. But everything else I throw up there, I want to have the ability to make a return trip. So I would do the MK1 command pod. The only problem with that is you can only fit a junior docking port on there. You can't fit the Clampotron, which would be rather interesting. However, this guy can. So I think I'm going to send this one out there. Alright. So we got a docking port, and this has to have the ability to make a return trip. So we're going to put some parachutes. I'm thinking 4. Just to be safe, because I don't know what all I'm going to send with it. You know what? I should probably have a heat shield on here just in case. Just in case. What was that? It's under aerodynamics, yeah. I don't need an 800. 200. Actually, what I normally do is throw an SAS module on the bottom of this. There we go. Well, on second thought, yeah, we don't have an SAS module there. Sometimes I have problems with the SAS module in here. Oop, put that on right? There we go, okay. So, I have that. Now, one of the things that I like to do when it comes to docking ports, one thing that helps me align is to add lights. So by adding lights, and maybe changing its color so it doesn't mix in with all the other lights, it helps you to line up your view. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. They may or may not survive re-entry, but that's okay. As long as we can dock. Alright, what else do we need? I might just go ahead and put... no, not that. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Actually, what I might do is just do the basics here. Maybe not that much. I'll probably just use this. Should be efficient enough. Oh, what am I thinking? I need monopropellant. Oops, wrong one. Probably don't need 250. I wonder if I can get away with just a couple of these. Certainly save on some mass. Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to... Now the center of mass of this particular guy is right here, and that's where you want to put your thrusters. I'm going to put 4, so I can work on all axes. Now, what you also want to do is look to see where your center of mass is after you remove fuel. So if this is burning some fuel, it's probably going to go up a little. So I'm just going to move that up just a tad. Put my fuel back. That should do it. Alright, let's remove center of mass. I may be overdoing this, but yeah, that's okay. Alright. So now at this point, here's where we're going to now attach all this. Now the vessel that I have right now, it's a bit lighter than my last one. And for help in controlling this large vessel, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Alright, here we go. Now we're getting serious. Okay. Now I already have RCS on here, and I might go ahead and attach 2 more monopropellant tanks, you know, in case I'm driving this gigantic thing. But yeah, I think that should do it. I might move these. Maybe put these here. I think it looks better here. Okay. This will be Docking Craft 2. We'll save that. Just staring at this, wondering if I'm forgetting anything, because that always happens. I have parachutes for landing. I have the ability to land. Oh, staging, yes. Oh man, that would have been disastrous. Okay, yeah, let's fix some of this. Alright, first of all, this guy up here is not gonna go off until that detaches. As a matter of fact, that should go with that. That should be in its own state. stage. These two should be in their own stage. No. Right here. Alright, all three of these engines are going to go off at the same time, and that'll fuel this with the Poodle engine. Struts. We want to keep this top portion from bouncing around all over the place, so nose cone to nose cone. That should help hold that in place, hopefully. And oh, communications. We need communications. Yeah, we don't need a major antenna. We'll just put... Probably shouldn't put it pointing towards the direction it's going to dock, so... we'll do one of these. We only need one. We'll put it on the side with the window. Let's see. It's okay. It's going to deploy that way. That's fine. Excellent. All right. We got that. What am I thinking? I need the mobile processing lab. That was the whole point I was doing this. Oh, what was I thinking? This is beginning to look a little ridiculous. I hate that. Okay, the mobile processing lab. Now, as far as crew, I'm just going to go ahead and take a pilot. And... ooh. Problem is, only one guy's coming back. Alright, I'm just going to take that. Actually, I really did not think this through because I want the research lab to stay up there. So, yeah, I'm just complicating things, aren't I? I need to get this to attach and detach from here so this guy can go home. Alright, I gotta think this through. There we go. That's what I wanted. As ridiculous as this thing looks. Alright. Okay. That should be stable enough. Alright. Now, what I wanted to do is deck this guy out with science. So in order to do that, I need to... probably not a seismic accelerometer, but a barometer. I only need one. I mean, it is a science lab, so you might as well put a few science items on it. And actually, I should put the antenna on here. That would be the wise thing to do. There's a door on each side, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, where I put it. Probably right here. Be a good place. Since this thing is so heavy use on power, I'm going to slap probably 4 more of these guys on here. and for these guys. Wow, this is heavy duty. Okay, now let's take a look at the center mass. Alright, I gotta go back to my monopropellant stuff. Slap these two monopropellant tanks there. That should be the last thing to detach. Okay. That's the return trip. So I got science, solar panel, and power to this guy. I'm not going to take anyone extra just yet. I'll worry about that another time. So this guy's going to come in, dock this guy, and that's going to leave. I'll transfer fuel to the other orange tank with whatever's left over in here. This guy, I'm just going to have to, at some point, detach him on the way back to Kerbin. So it returns in a big ball of destruction. Yes, I think that's it. So that takes care of the research facility, the research lab, and the added Kerbals needed. So that's the 2 here and the 5 I already have up there. And it doesn't take care of the liquid fuel, but we'll take care of that in the next one. So let's just do that. I think I can get away with just this. I got extra struts going on here. Actually, I want to test one thing first. Whenever you can connect docking ports like that, it treats it as decouplers. So when you decouple a dock, does it also detach our struts? So let's take a look here. This is just a test. Nothing but a test. Decouple node. Yes, so it does. Alright, revert flight to launch. Oh, I forgot lights. I knew I forgot something. Revert to vehicle assembly. We will see. We will see. Set as target. Probably do this from the tracking stations. I have to worry about this every time. Alright, there we go. Crank it up and launch. Oh yeah, this is not going to turn out good. I am going through that fuel like crazy. Turn on my lights. So I'm going to start turning ever so carefully. Not much fuel left in these guys, but just gonna have to do this. I need a lot of horizontal velocity. This is definitely not the most efficient way of doing this. Alright. Alright. No, not target. Stay on orbit. The problem with this is I start going through this fuel really fast. Wow, our intersect target is a little close. Hey, he's not that far. I'll catch up to you, I promise. Wow, 4.8 kilometers close. Alright. If I were to add a maneuver and get into orbit, how long of a burn time do I need? About a minute. I think I could pull that off. I don't know if I have a minute worth of fuel, but 94, 98. Oh my gosh. I totally need to fix this. Alright, what's my small tank again? 90? Alright. This is going to be an awful orbit, but oh well. My inclination is horrible. Well, not horrible, it's okay, but certainly could be better for a standard orbit. Actually, you know, it's my station that's way off, I think. Or a little bit of both. Alright, I think I got enough fuel to get into orbit, but it's going to be hard to do small maneuvers with this gigantic engine. I probably should have just put the slightly larger tank and just used the small engine to do everything. But then again, with that huge lab on board. What's my periaps at? 88? Alright, you know what, that's fine. Because I got to fix all that. Because right now, our orbits are totally off. I should have done... Yeah, I got a lot to do here. So I already showed y'all how to do intersecting with rescue craft, I believe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I intersect and just show you how to dock. So I'll just skip ahead for that one. Okay, so now I'm less than a kilometer away from the space station. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking for the retrograde to target. I'm going to start slowing down. And I got the fuel for it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, if I could just maneuver properly. I'm going 4.4 meters per second relative to the target. I'm going to wait till I get maybe a little closer. 500 meters is about as close as I'm going to get with the trajectory that I'm currently on. Come on, speed up just a little. Apparently I'm getting a little closer than that. $400, $300. Wow. Okay, look at this. I'm in 300 meters away. Alright, it's going back up, so let's go ahead and burn. Come on, come on. Okay. Alright, where's the target? Oh my goodness, my steering is awful. Alright, so the target is right here. So what I need to do is get my retrograde pointing in that direction. Oh man, maneuvering in this thing is going to be a pain in the butt. In fact, I think I'm going to close a couple of my solar panels here. I don't need all those open. I don't want to smash into them. I should probably turn off the one at the station. Alright. So I'm going to slowly approach it. There we go. Going 1 meters per second. Let's go ahead and switch to this. I'm going to turn off the solar panels on this guy, so I don't accidentally collide into it in the process of docking. So when you dock, it's a good idea to retract panels so you don't accidentally run into them. You know, you should have enough power, but if you start running low on power, just put everything at 0 relative to other targets. Okay? There we go. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and close these panels. I don't need these on. All my lights are on, so we're good there. Alright, and then all we got to do is pick a port once I get there, and then we're good. Alright. Oh, why did I do that? Okay. So I'm going to speed up a little. Alright, going towards it at 3 meters per second. And I'm going to fly just to the right of it, which is good. But I'm going to go ahead and prepare my craft for retrograde. This is a very large craft for docking. I kind of only meant to dock the small portion, but I kind of changed my mind as I was going. Alright. Oh, this is perfect. Alright. We're not going to dock to the cupola module, so I might as well start slowing down here. Alright, so now what I got to do is control from here. Hello, control from here. And I think I'll just go for this Clampotron target. And here in a minute, I'll probably switch to my RCS. And I'll stop using my regular engines because that's overdoing it. Oh boy. Stop. Quit it. Alright, thank you. Alright, so what I need to do is face the angle relative to this docking port. That's kind of hard to do. You just kind of have to eyeball it. Okay. Alright. There we go. Something like this. Alright, switching RCS. And what I need to do is remember how to control this thing. I'll just do it like this. That'd be a good idea. Okay. And then slow that down. Where's my other... Yeah, let's just do this. Oh yeah, I forget. There we go. Mm-hmm. Do. Alright. Now what I might need to do is rotate a little bit. So I'm going to switch my rotation and go nose down a little bit. Actually, I probably need to do it a lot, something like this, because my angle's pretty crazy angle. All right, and maybe a little this way. All right, switching to the other mode. Let's go forward a little bit. There we go. Bam. Normally you don't want to do a craft this large, but alright, let's see. Yep, that axis is lined up just fine. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a little. Switch to rotation. Just going to go ahead and face it. Alright. Oops. Just go ahead and approach it ever so slightly. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're about to dock. There we go, docking successful. Oh, let's turn off SAS so we don't have all that. We'll turn on RCS. Get some solar panels going so we get plenty of electricity once we come around. Let's go ahead and kill some of these lights. I don't think we need these lights on necessarily. There we go. Alright, so the amount of fuel that I got in this guy, it's not a bad amount, so I'll worry about doing that after. I'm going to just go ahead and save it here, but I'm going to continue this mission and try to finish it out, and as you can see, just for doing that one thing, I got 66,000 funds, and you know what, I also forgot to crew report. All I needed to do was, oh, you know what? I need to do science from low carbon orbit. I could have sworn. What was that contract? What was it? Science data from space. Oh, I just have to transmit. Okay, so crew report. Okay, sure. Transmit. And there we go. 17,000 plus 3 science for nothing. So we just completed a couple contracts and we're getting close to completing another one. All we need is 4,000 units of fuel. So the next one is primarily going to focus on fuel, and that will be all. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the video there. So with that said, y'all come back now here. Bye.